It seems like Nintendo's going Black Friday shopping already, as they've just bought an entire game studio, being Bandai Namco Singapore. Yes, not the entire company, but a specific studio of theirs, and they're renaming it to Nintendo Studios Singapore. So this is pretty surprising and big news, especially considering that this studio seems like it's worked on some pretty big games, including Ace Combat 7, Soul Calibur 6, Splatoon 3, Nintendo's own property of course, Tekken 7 and Tekken 8. And get this, not only did they work on Splatoon 3, but they were apparently the studio rumored to be working on the original version of Metroid Prime 4, you know, the one that got cancelled years and years ago. So that's kind of wild, and it makes me wish that we would actually see that version of the game at some point, or actually find out what it was. I doubt we will, but that would be kind of amazing. So, Nintendo goes on to state that the purpose of acquisition for this company is that they want to strengthen their development structure of the Nintendo Group, and that this company specifically has strong expertise in creating in-game art assets, which makes me wonder if they may use them as more of a support studio to augment their existing studios and games being made by them, or if they may have them create their own games, or maybe they don't trust them anymore after Metroid Prime 4. Who knows? In any case, this is interesting all the same. Nintendo further goes on to state that it will begin with an 80% acquisition of the company on April 1st, so hey, April Fools, next year, but then it will transition to a full-on acquisition, 100%, shortly thereafter once things have settled. So yeah, this is a full-on acquisition, not a partial acquisition like with Rare, but more like, Next Level Games, where they bought the whole freaking company. Again, the studio specifically, not Bandai Namco itself. Which I should also clarify that this is not an IP acquisition, in that they're not buying the rights to Ace Combat or Soul Calibur or anything. It's purely focused on the developmental, arm of the company. So the people and the equipment and everything else, but none of the actual IP itself. So yeah, this is pretty wild, pretty interesting, and it kind of makes sense because we've already seen Nintendo struggle a little bit from what we've heard, I believe, of, to the transition from, to 4K rather, and taking full advantage of the Switch 2, and it makes sense that they would bring on another company to kind of bolster their efforts, their development efforts, especially as they've already been working with them, as pointed out by Nintendo themselves. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what fully happens here. Maybe they will actually be developing their own games, or maybe it'll be primarily in support role. We'll find out, I'm sure, as the years go on. But there you go, everyone. That's pretty much all the news here, so thanks for watching, and of course, stay tuned to GameXplain for more on Bandai Namco, or more on Nintendo acquiring companies and wherever else it may be. Also, happy Thanksgiving! I'll be doing our Thanksgiving stream today, where we play a bunch of multiplayer games with all of you, so tune into that if you'd like to hang out and play with us. Should be a lot of fun. So that, we'll catch you later, and have a good one, everyone. Bye.